Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Evangelist Nick Garrett channel, Truth First Christianity in a Post-Christian Country, where we separate the objective and factual from the subjective and traditional about the Christian faith. Today, I've got a fascinating subject for you. The Bible codes. Are they real or are they false? I was able to pull together some fascinating information from a book I read over the last couple days, a real easy read. So let me jump right into it. So the idea that there are secret prophetic messages hidden in the Old Testament Hebrew is not new. In 2010, though, Michael Drosnin released his book called Bible Code 3, which takes readers on a journey explaining how it works, how accurate the Bible codes have been, and his attempt to warn those individuals about whom the book seems to prophesy. The idea that the Bible is some type of cipher code goes back to Sir Isaac Newton. He discovered that by removing the vowels of the modern Hebrew, laying all the letters from every word and passage side by side, messages about the present and future seem to appear and come true. Newton called these the sealed books, the cryptogram from the Almighty. In the modern era, the Russian immigrant to Israel and mathematician named Elihu Rips took it further. In reality, the Bible code could not be fully fleshed out until the computer was invented. According to the author, this meant that the increase of knowledge in the last days, according to the book of Daniel, pointed precisely to this. Only the computer could evaluate what they called equidistant letter placement. In other words, he made the Bible one continuous strand of letters, 304,805 to be exact. Then he would set the algorithm to isolate every 5th letter, 10th letter, 50th letter. Here's an example of a 4-letter skip code. The author of the book noted that one could get something similar if they were to do so with other books. One might end up with the name Barack Obama, but not with president. One may end up finding the word election, but not equidistant with president and Obama. Interestingly, Rips did submit his work to the American Mathematics Journal. And here's where it gets crazy. Colleagues were skeptical, but they could not find fault with his science. That's very interesting. An American intelligence official and senior codebreaker named Harold Gans was skeptical also. No one could have encoded the Bible with information about people who live, events that happened thousands of years before it was written. Gans set out and spent 440 hours trying to debunk it, and he couldn't. He went in believing it to be off the wall and ridiculous. The net of his experiment led him to conclude it was real, and the report sent chills up his spine. Drosnin's book hangs its hat on predicting President Obama's election. He ran the codes prior to the Iowa caucuses, which, if you know about American politics, are the first in the election season in choosing candidates. Secretary Clinton was easily the favorite to win, but only this man was saying, hey, my Bible codes are showing that Obama would win. Prior to that, the Bible code had accurately predicted the assassination of Israeli minister Yitzhak Rabin. Elihu Rips warned leaders every time he came across a prediction, and intelligence agencies and secret services eventually did, in some cases, adjust to accommodate more concerning predictions in the code. Many of Rips predicted 9/11 and bin Laden. It even specified Al-Qaeda. Interestingly, in 2008, an intergovernmental document reviewed potential threats as laid out in this Bible code called World at Risk. Israeli Prime Minister Shimon Peres began as a skeptic, but after seeing event after event come to fruition, he admitted the veracity of Bible coding. Rip's major concern, written about in the book by Drosnin, are the repeated messages about nuclear war and World War III. he continues to blow the whistle around the world. Most recently, his codes point to Yemen and the activity there, which is definitely true. The basic idea is mathematics, equidistant lettering, and gleaning basics that can be viewed through the lens of current events. It is a truly fascinating subject. Check out the book by Michael Drosnin called Bible Code 3. In closing, there's an interesting tie here also to gematria that may be worth looking into. Gematria is the number values assigned with the Hebrew characters of the alphabet. A great mystery of our time, Bible codes have found traction in the inner sanctums of secularism. We must be careful, though, when exploring this interesting subject, not to let this finding roots in our souls if they contradict Scripture or take the focus off the gospel. Thanks for listening. This video was a review of chapter 1 and 2 of Drosnin's book. If you want to get more, I recommend it. I'll put the title in the video description. Please check us out next time, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.